and welcome to Mother's Monday live stream. So happy to be here with all of you, and just happy that we have this opportunity to be together one more time before the beginning of School of Love. Hey, Julietta, nice to see you, my dear. And Eugenia, we'll miss you too. Artie's, oh, good. I'm so glad to hear that. Hey, Sunflower. I am too. I have to agree. Those mother chakra videos, I feel like, well, I'm sure she gave them for a variety of reasons, but boy, while we're doing School of Love, if you just did the chakra videos, that it would just be incredible. Hey, Penny, good to see you, my dear. Glad you're here in Orlia. Hello. I've had a few questions about the chakra series. I'm glad you brought that up, Sunflower, because some people are asking if there's a video that kind of puts it, has it all in one. But she doesn't really, Mother, she meaning Mother, doesn't really want you to do the chakra meditations as she gave them in a condensed version. There's a reason that she went so deeply into the chakras. So obviously you cannot do them all every day, and they're not really meant to be done that way. It's really more just one a day, or if you really feel you need to concentrate on a particular chakra, then just do that meditation each day for many, many days, for however long it takes for you to feel that something has shifted or opened up or expanded. And if you're not drawn to a particular chakra, or you don't feel a need to work on a particular one, then you can just do them in order, one each day, or one each week, or a couple each week. There's no real hard and fast rule, except that Mother would prefer that you not condense the meditations or shorten them. If if they're too long, or you just don't have time or the energy or whatever, that's fine. But these are very powerful meditations, and they're in depth. She is taking you to a whole nother level. So, so best not to shorten them. And if you don't have a particular one you're drawn to work on, then do them in order, from the root all the way to the moon chakra. So that's usually the best way to do them, and the best way for you to get the most expanded results. That would be the word I would use. Hey, Warrior Girl 113. So glad you're here. And Tiffany, hello, my dear. All right, so let's get started. Hey, Ravenheart, glad you could join us. And before I dive into this, I also just want to say that there is still room for you to join us in School of Love. It's going to be a fantastic year. I can already feel it. We have such a great group already signed up. And if you would like to be a part of that circle of love, then we would absolutely love to have you. So, go to my website, belovedpublications.com, and explore it from there. I know some of you were part of the masterclass series, so you are, of course, getting those emails all about School of Love. Or you can contact us at support@belovedpublications.com, and we will give you more information about the course. But I am so excited to dive in again this year. I'm looking forward to setting down some burdens and expanding my own inner life, and just being granted the privilege to embody Mother more deeply. So I'm really excited. I hope you guys can join us because it's just such a fantastic experience. All right, here we go. Hello, beloved ones. It is wonderful to be here with you today. So today is our last live experience in this form for a little while on YouTube. So what I'd like to focus on today is your well-being. Now, there is an entire industry in this world around self-care and well-being and taking care of self and doing good things for yourself, and it can be overwhelming. What's the best way to take care of yourself? So today I want to make it very, very simple. I want to give you a sort of guideposts, ways to recognize whether you are taking care of yourself or whether you are not. And the most simple way to understand that is lightness of being. Is what you're doing, is what you're participating in, is whom you're participating with. Does it give you that lightness of being or not? The foods that you eat, the way that you move your body on a daily basis, your relationships, the time you spend with yourself, doing whatever it is that you do. Does it bring you that lightness of being? And I'm not talking about some grand spiritual experience to where you feel utterly a part of everything and you are in bliss. Don't take it to that extreme. Let the lightness of being be a very simple experience. Your burdens that you carry, whether you are conscious of them or not, they weigh you down in ways that you cannot fully appreciate. Right? So if you were to strap on, say, a backpack that weighed 50 pounds, and you wore that day and night, eventually your physical body, the muscles, the bones, the tissue, even the sensory nerve endings that are running through your body, in your skin, would eventually get used to that 50-pound backpack. And over years or decades, you would not really notice it anymore. Occasionally, it might get caught in a doorway when you're trying to get through and trigger some frustration. Or occasionally when you're overly tired, you might become aware of that backpack. But for the most part, it starts to become invisible. And that is a survival or coping mechanism. And it's built into your bodies. So the nerve endings that feel sensation on your skin, your proprioceptors, that's your word for the day, they are designed to be quiet after just a few minutes. So when you put your shirt on in the morning, your skin has the sensation that something is now on top of it, right? The shirt. And it tells your brain there's a shirt on our skin, or there is fabric on our skin. There's something on our skin. And the brain acknowledges, yes, that's right. We've put on our shirt. Okay. And then those proprioceptors just calm down, so that you do not spend all day, every day with the message, there's something on our skin, there's something on our skin, there's something on our skin. If you imagine all the sensations that you are exposed to each day, that would lead to madness, right? Because it would be maddening to get that message constantly without end. So not just your emotions are not separate from your body, right? Your thoughts are not separate from your body. As a human being, everything about you that's physical, that is a part of physical expression, human expression, it's all one. Right? There's no separation. We can talk about them. You can experience them as individual sensations, a thought, a visceral feeling in the gut, in the body, an emotional feeling, but they are all tied together. So this backpack that eventually the body ignores in order to continue to function, so too Does your emotional body and your mental body. There's all these things you have created, you have picked up, you have made your own, you have expanded on, that are a part of you, but you have learned to ignore in order to continue your life. If you don't know what to do with that backpack, then ignoring it or eventually just incorporating it into all your feelings and sensations is the way to go. Because what else are you going to do with it? If you don't know how to set it down, then constantly wrestling and grappling with it day in and day out, that is the path to suffering. So if you were to think about all the burdens that are inside of you as making themselves known to you only when you are ready, able, and capable of doing something about it, setting down that burden, taking off the straps of the backpack and laying it down and letting it go. Your lightness of being expands every time you are willing to set down a burden. Whether it's a small one, whether you just collected it recently, or it's a very old one and you've been carrying it around for decades. The lightness of being comes when you set down your burdens. And you will always have a certain level of lightness of being, right? Because life is a mix. It is not a constant veil of tears 24/7 unless you are struggling with a mental illness that requires medication, therapy, help from professionals, hospitalization. But all of life is a mixture, positive and negative, dark and light, love and fear, boredom, excitement, right? And everything in between. And oftentimes these things are woven together. They happen at the same time or in the same day. But your well-being, your true well-being, that comes, that expands, that grows when you are willing to set down your burdens. So if this interests you, if you would like to increase, expand your well-being, your sense of well-being, it doesn't matter what your life looks like on the outside. Doesn't really matter what's happening with your relationships, your job, your money, your home. What matters is what's happening on the inside of you. How do you perceive, feel, experience your own well-being? So this is how you identify your lightness of being. How do you feel? And I encourage you to start with your everyday habits. Don't tackle the backpack on your back to start, but look at your daily activities. How do the foods you eat make you feel? Do they make you feel light? And don't mistake the contents of the meal, what I'm saying. People have an idea that everyone should be vegan because that's the lightest, most high vibration way of eating. But that is not so, beloved ones. What you ingest is personal to you. Your body vibrates at a unique frequency. So what gives you the lightness of being in your body, that feeling, it could be eating meat or not eating meat. But I can tell you it's probably not going to be found in the vat of a deep fryer. And it's probably not going to be found in a big box of chocolates. And it's probably not going to be found in alcohol or even recreational drugs. If you are ingesting those on a regular, steady basis. There are some foods that are here in this world to help you feed and maintain your burdens and to keep you from a lightness of being. And sugar is one of the most common ones that does that. Doesn't matter what form it's in. And oftentimes the sugar substitutes can trick the brain into the same process, right? So it's not just the glucose or the sucrose that you take in with real sugars or fruit sugars, but it can be the substitute sugars that trigger the same response in the brain. Oh, we are ingesting sweet. So we keep the same process up, we maintain that, because that's our signal to maintain the burden of our lives. So begin to ask yourself, when you are eating, when you are moving your body, or when you're not moving your body, when you are sedentary for too long, what you're reading, the relationships you are involved in, the time you spend on the internet. Just ask yourself, how's my well-being right now? Can I feel the lightness of being that is within me? Or do I feel heavy, a little sticky inside, sort of burdened? Ask yourself, do I feel burdened? Does this food, does this activity, does this relationship make me feel burdened? And don't blame it on the other person in the relationship. But it's a chance to begin to explore, to become aware of the backpack that you carry. Because when you and I are together, openly, honestly, what I mean by openly is not that you are telling everyone about me, but that inside you are open to me as I am open to you. When you are practicing openness, honesty, willingness, acceptance, these powerful spiritual tenets will help you to feel that you don't need the same coping mechanisms that you once did. They will help you to feel that it's okay to start unstrapping that backpack, and that I'll be right there behind you to hold that burden, to help you set it down, surrender it, and let it go. And if you're not ready, that's all right, beloved ones. Do not harm yourself as a result. You will be ready when you're ready. And you don't have to constantly think about the backpack and worry about the backpack if you're not ready to set it down. Trust that you are getting ready to set it down. You are working towards that eventuality, but it's not quite here yet. So you start with the small things. Does this food feed my well-being? When I eat it, do I have a lightness inside? Or do I feel heavy? Or do I feel neutral about it? Neutral is better than heavy. And lightness may not feel as though you could float away or that you're floating lightness, but lightness could be that what you just ate supports your energy level so that you can then go out and move your body in a way that feels good, that feels light. And that lightness brings you back home to a calm meditation because you've moved your body. Right? So lightness and buoyancy internally may not look exactly the way the mind has an image of lightness or buoyancy, right? If it feels light and buoyant to you, that is what matters. So yes, of course, explore the advice of others, structures that help others create lightness and might work for you as well. But the best question is asked inside of you. Does this behavior that I engage with this person make me feel light, or is it a burden? What am I doing here over and over again that is feeding this burden? What's really going on here? Because I will tell you, beloved ones, the true path to enlightenment is expanding your consciousness, not with knowledge, but with experiential wisdom. Knowledge helps. I love knowledge. It's wonderful. It is a part of gaining wisdom, but it is not wisdom. And it's important that you do not confuse the two. Wisdom is an experiential expression of your life, of the life around you. It's when you take it in and you are really experiencing something or someone, when you are in the moment and you can feel the way the food that you just ate really makes you feel. That is an expansion of your consciousness, and it's how you create wisdom. And then the next thing you do with that wisdom is to refine your behavior. Don't eat that thing that feeds your burden. Don't continue the same habits in your engagement with others if it feeds your burdens. Together, you and I create the strength within you to face yourself, your actions, your reactions, and just ask the simple question: does this support my well-being? And if it doesn't, you don't have to drop it and run, but you do get to sit with it and explore it with love, divine support, and your own extraordinary being. To take care of yourself is one of the great gifts that you give not only to yourself, but to all those around you. Because when you are being kind to yourself, when you are ensuring your own well-being, then it is easy to serve others. Because you are slowly but surely surrendering and letting go of each one of your burdens a little bit at a time. When it feels right, when you are ready, and you have all the support you need to do that. And when you feel afraid of expanding your consciousness, when you feel excited about expanding your consciousness, when you are expanding your consciousness, let's do it all together. You and I. I cannot take your fears from you unless you let me have them. And I can walk with you through those fears to get to the other side. And I promise what's waiting for you is that lightness of being, that unburdened heart, a peaceful mind, and a healthy body. Let's continue on that journey together. You have done so much for your well-being. Let's keep going a little bit at a time. Slow and steady steps until all the backpacks, all the chips on the shoulder, all the weight on the mind is done. Never do I abandon you. Always I'm with you. for we are one. I love you, beloved ones. Namaste. That was so lovely. Oh gosh, that was lovely. I agree, Felicia. I did too. Namaste, shalom, peace. Oh, thank you. Pure unconditional love. Agreed, agreed. Oh, JJ, good to see you here, my dear. Oh, I'm so glad. So glad to hear that. Anne Marie, wonderful, wonderful. And Deborah, good to see you here. Christina, so glad you could join us today and share. Lovely to see you, my dear. Oh, you are so welcome, Julietta. So very, very welcome. All right, well. All right. Yes. Thank you, Warrior Girl. Good reminder. If you like the video, please click the like button because it just helps other people find Mother's videos. So it's an easy way to be of service and yeah, and help folks all over the world who have not met Mother yet through me, give them an opportunity to meet Mother. So yeah, thank you for that reminder, my dear. And Tiffany, so glad you're here. And Bronislav, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Oh, Barbara. I know, I felt like today was a really good preparation for School of Love. I was like, because that's exactly what we do in School of Love. You know, we discover our burdens and Mother removes them. It's extraordinary. I tell you all, it is extraordinary. So, you know, and sometimes it doesn't have that, oh, wow, I got a new career. I met my soulmate, you know, like it's not so much like that. Although sometimes that has actually happened. It's more about the unwinding. Like I think of my burdens, you know, yes, I definitely have the backpack kind, but I also have these sort of tightly wound burdens. And School of Love is so much of an unwinding and a letting go, and old habits and reactions to start to fall away. And I just don't do them anymore. I don't participate in them anymore. They just become a seemingly non-issue. Occasionally they might get stirred up, but they're not running the show anymore. And that's the huge difference from before School of Love and after School of Love. They're just, you know, these burdens that Mother talked about, just not running the show. So yes, I feel as though I have that much greater lightness of being, and my well-being, seeing to my well-being feels more effortless than like, oh God, now I got to do this and now I got to do that. Like, it doesn't feel like like a burden. It feels like a privilege, like going from I have to take care of myself to I get to take care of myself, which is just huge. I mean, it's just huge. Oh, thank you, Barbara. So glad you said that. That is just beautiful. It is extraordinary. I agree. You're so welcome, my dear. Oh, awesome, Sunflower. That is really great to hear. I can't wait to hear about how that changes your life, focusing on the chakra meditations. That's going to be exciting. Oh gosh, yes, JJ, there's plenty of spots open for School of Love. It's sort of come one, come all. So if it feels like the right time, it would be so awesome to have you in the course this year. It would be beautiful. All right, everyone, have wonderful months ahead, weeks and months ahead. Remember Mother's video archives. There's just a ton of stuff to explore and to practice. And I will miss you all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. And I will see quite a few of you in, oh, I'm so glad, Bronislav. I felt the same way about this year's masterclass, I have to say. I will see you all back here in July. Oh my gosh, that seems so far away, but we all know that we're going to blink and it'll be here. So take care of yourself. And I know I get to see a lot of you in School of Love, and I can't wait to take the journey with you. And for those of you that will not be joining us this year, maybe you could join us next year. Okay, much love to you.